Hey, Natsu here, coming back with an old one. This is going to be part 2 of What If Deku had the powers of a Green Lantern. In the last part, I basically explained the start of his life, that he can fly, make his light construction, how he uses his power, like basically doing it like one for all, put a certain percentage around your body because he doesn't want to kill anyone. He's still training strength and stuff like that for if he doesn't have the light. Simply because, yeah, if he isn't able to use it, he still needs to be able to do stuff. Um, Bakugo has one for all. He's able to go up to 10% and has 2 to 3% always on. He is massively more powerful than in the anime well, he has one for all. So now we go to the entrance exam. So, for the entrance exam, Deku basically doesn't fall. Even if he would just fly. Um, for the written exam, he pretty much, well, he's pretty much a 100% for that. So yeah. We go to the assembly, nobody's talking, so we'd only stop President Mike for the 0-pointer. Still makes some people mad, like Bakugo, but still. So they go for the robots. While they're basically waiting, Izuku remarks that there is a girl that seemed to be really stressed about everything. Like, more than anyone else. He wants to go talk to her, but basically sees Ida already going towards him, simply after he looked at her. And Deku basically just made a wall of light between him and Ida, basically blocking Ida. A lot of people basically saw him do that. And Deku basically told him, sorry, but can you not bug me while we're waiting? We need to concentrate. And basically just pushed the wall with Ida behind it away. Which multiple people found funny. Ochako laughed a bit because of how Ida was pushing pushing against the wall, and it kind of took stress off of her a bit. He just continued waiting, while Ida was trying to continue coming, so he just made a box around him, saying, if you won't stop, I'm just going to do that, with Ida basically just, like, unnerved. Like, Deku did think of going there, but he didn't even do it, and Ida was already going towards him. Simply because Ida basically saw him with a weird face, saw the girl basically being stressed, and he just thought, oh no, he's going to go and destroy her chances. So Deku basically put him in a box, until President Mike asked Deku, can you stop doing that? We're going to start soon. So he stopped, and then President Mike said to Ida, and you stop bothering people. So, I'm going to start the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go! Ida started running, and Izuku just passed in front of him, thanks to the Green Lantern ring. For now, well, not the Green Lantern ring, but the Green Lantern's power. For now, he's not that fast compared to what a Green Lantern actually is capable of doing. Reason is that if they want to, they can actually go faster than light, which is pretty impressive. Like, a distance that would take light probably like 2 or 3 months to travel, they can travel that in minutes. So, they're pretty fast. So, okay, well, as well as being able to just fly to the sun in seconds when it takes 8 minutes and something and some seconds to get the light from the sun to the planet. So yeah, they're pretty darn fast. Deku doesn't have the full power from the start. He still has a huge amount though. So he's able to go in front of Ida pretty easily and just starts breaking robots with his construct. Um, Sometimes he basically just kind of stops for a second, looks if everything's okay around, then goes back to breaking robots. Simply said, what he's doing is looking if people need help. If he doesn't see anyone, he just continues. He saw like 2 or 3 people, which he helped, but no real problem. So he basically got around 80 points just doing that, since he was stopping multiple times. Normally I would say higher, but he's basically looking all around, and yes, he can do a massive amount of construct. Hell, if he would want to, he could literally destroy every robot that were in front of him once the door opened, but he didn't. So after a while, the teachers were impressed with him mostly, with some others as well. Well, they were mostly impressed with him because of how he's doing it. Like, most people literally don't bother with anyone else. They just think, okay, it's a competition, don't help anyone. But him, he's basically stopping to make sure everyone's okay. So, they think that's extremely great. They give him points for, well, helping. Bakugo, while that's happening, is basically just destroying robots left and right. Um, he's pretty strong, but since he doesn't have that much attack from afar that wouldn't hurt other people, he doesn't really use them. He used one for all mostly. So he got around 70 points by this point only. Wait, no. About 90 points. He got more simply because, well, he's not stopping every 10, 20 seconds. Yeah, it's not that much, but Deku doesn't stop at every 20 seconds, but he stops pretty often. Until they decide to release the zero pointer. Well, zero pointers. Bakugo decided to destroy it just for fun, basically charged one for all, jumped in front of it, and just blasted its face off. Not completely, but enough to stop it. Deku saw the zero pointer, heard Uraraka say help. He went to help her with enough speed. He has the power to do that. He saw that she was stuck on the rubble. He moved it. He asked if she could run. She said no, so he basically just told her, careful now, and basically grabbed her with one of his lights construct. After doing that, he basically started making the light construct go near the entrance, while at the same time he was basically starting to think how to take the robot down. He placed her far away and destroyed his light construct, went up and decided to throw a massive laser directly in its face, which, I'm not gonna lie, practically cut the robot in half almost instantly. It took some time, but still. And basically, after doing that, he knows there's still a little bit of time, and basically shoot the same type of lasers towards around 4 robots, 2 3-pointers and one, and the other 2 are 1-pointers and a 2-pointers. So yeah, about 9 points in total. He got the highest score because he helped people mostly, which got him a lot of points. He went back to Uraka, asked her if she was okay. She said that it was okay. Um, Recovery Girl came. She fixed her. Then looked at Deku and asked if he needed. Blah. She asked Deku if he needed healing, and he said no, he's okay. Then Ochako asked him who he was, and he said, "My name is Izuku Midoriya. Pleased to meet you. What's your name?" Which she said Ochako Uraraka, and basically they started separating. So they left. Deku waited for a while and got his letter. Sorry. After getting his letter, and he was told he was accepted, as well that he got the highest score. He was happy about that for two reasons. Firstly, he got accepted, and secondly, he was told that he beat All Might's score, so he got a better score than the number one hero had. Reason he got a better score is actually because of the help he got. All Might had also helped people in his, but yeah, he was mostly doing that. He was less destroying robots, while Deku basically did both, so he got more points. He got almost like 180 points. Yeah, a bit over 100 points for helping people. Simply because the the save for Uraraka basically gave him 60 points on itself. And 3 or 4 people, basically, each of them gave him a different amount of points. Some gave over 10 points, some gave a little less, but you get the point. So, first day of school, he arrives and basically finds class 1A. Bakugo's already in there, basically with his feet on the table anyway. Then Ida sees Deku and goes straight to him. And Deku doesn't want to even hear him, simply because he was annoying him during the entrance exam, and basically just made a wall in front of him. And said to Bakugo, "Hey, so how good did you do? How many points did you have?" Which Bakugo basically laughed and said, "Oh, I've got a lot of points. I got almost 100 of them." Which Deku said, "Oh, good. Well, I got 180. I'm pretty impressed myself." Which basically everyone just kind of looked at him. Wait, 180? That's bigger than All Might's score. Which I'm not sure if it is or not, but basically let's just say it was for this one. So everyone basically got impressed. Ida started screaming at him to drop the wall, which Deku told him, "Hey, you were annoying me the other day. I don't want that to happen again." So, no. Until Ochako entered the class. She said, "Oh, I remember that green aura." Since Deku's basically using his quirk right now. Well, no, that green light, I should say. He turned around and looked at her, said hi, and basically they started talking until Aizawa entered the class. He told everyone to shut up, then that it took them 8 seconds, and then basically started explaining some stuff, and then just said, "Okay, go put on your sports uniform, we're going outside." Uraraka tried to talk about the assembly that they're going to need to do. Sorry, I just remarked, well, I just saw that I was kind of keeping my phone a bit away. Sorry about that. I don't know when I started doing it, so I don't know. I'm not going to restart the video just for that. So sorry if you have to put your volume to a really high amount. Okay, so they go change, then they go back outside, and Aizawa explains what they're going to do. He throws a ball to Deku and tells him to use his quirk and throw it as far as he could, which Deku decided to do two things. Firstly, he decided that he was going to use his quirk to surround the ball, and second, that he was not going to throw it. He basically made a cannon-like thing, and basically launched the ball almost at max speed, and it basically broke out of the atmosphere, so he got infinite. Reason for that is the cannon he made was basically, he made a cannon, shooted it, and the ball was basically surrounded by Deku's Green Lantern energy to force it to go further, and that's basically what happened. So All Might said that, they're going to do this test to see how strong you are, how strong they are, and how good they can use their quirks. Then someone said that it looked fun. Then Aizawa put the same thing. The last get eliminated out of school. So they go to do everything. Then made a run. Deku wins it. No shit. Jump. Deku can fly, so he wins that. Grip test. Easily won. Side jump. Basically, he takes the same tactic as Mineta and basically makes a ball that bounce him from side to side, so he wins that as well. Then the ball throw. Everyone else basically knows they're not going to beat Deku at this. Everyone basically gets the same score except for Bakugo. So there's Ochako that tied with Deku in that one. But Bakugo decided that he was going to use 10% of One For All, as well as the biggest explosion he can, to throw it away. It almost broke the 2-kilometer away, which everyone was freaking surprised by that. Like, holy shit! For those two, yeah, that's impressive. But at the same time, their quirk can basically do it. Him? What the hell? Aizawa at the end said that nobody was expelled, which everyone relaxed. Mineta was the last, for some reason. Well, basically Toru, we know she's stronger than him physically, so jump, speed, jump, run, the ball throw, the grip test, though she would have pretty much easily passed over him. Then for the side jump, for sure he was winning. But yeah, so I always think that he would be the last one. But yeah, I'm not removing anyone, even though I would really love to take him out, but still. So the next day, they go for the hero versus villain with All Might. That goes a bit different. Everyone has the same teams, so everything else goes exactly the same, except for the first one, which is Baku Ida versus Ochako Deku. So, basically, how they started. Well, firstly, Deku's hero suit, I'm basically just going to say it's going to be the Green Lantern suit. Basically, he decided to make himself a costume with the light, simply because he can. So, basically, exactly a Green Lantern suit. So, um, everyone basically waits in the, place where they have to wait. Well, Deku's team and Bakugo's team are making their plans. Bakugo told Ita that him and Deku are probably the only two that he is the only one who could probably stop Deku for minutes only. So he should stay here and try to make sure that the bomb isn't taken by anyone. Which Ida asked him, so what's the deal with him? Why does he hate me? Which Bakugo said, well, first, it's not that he hates you, it's more that in the middle of the assembly, President Mike was about to go to talk about the zero pointer, and you kind of cut at him to ask about it, which annoyed everyone, which he kind of asked why. Then he said, because if someone is talking, what would you do? Ask them to stop or let them continue? Which Ida says I would ask them to stop. Then Bakugo said, okay, and how would you do it? By screaming at them to shut it? Or would you tell them to just quiet down? Which Ida kind of realized that, yeah, he just started screaming out of nowhere. Then he asked, okay, but still, that's not enough. Which then Bakugo said, he told me what was happening before you started the second half of the exam. He just looked at a girl and you started running towards him. I think you have a problem. He didn't even go towards her and you were ready to go scream at him. What's the deal? If you always think that everyone's going to do something, even if they do think about it, it's not that they're going to do it. It's not because someone is looking at someone else that they're going to go talk to that person automatically. You put him on nerve. You are not going to believe this, but he's normally the calmest person I know. Literally, the more willpower he has, the more his power is strong. And he told me that he wasn't at his A game. Hell, it took 2 days for our training to go back to what it was normally, because he wasn't using his full power and was having trouble controlling it. You messed with him. Which right now he's just lying, just to try and make Ida kind of different. Because he is annoyed by Ida. Deku still told him about practically everything that happened, but that last part was kind of a lie, but just to make Ida get that your actions still have consequences. So, basically he said, I'm going to go fight Deku, while you stay here and keep the bomb. Now for Ochako and Deku. The plan that they made was that he said we're going to go inside and I'm going to fight with Bakugo. Because he's going to want to fight me. You have to run and go get the bomb. Which Ochako said that, okay? And it started. They ran inside. Deku after a while started hearing the explosions of Bakugo. And said, okay, go by that way, I'm going towards him. And they met in the middle. Bakugo went straight for an explosion to the face, which Deku made a bubble around himself to block it. He's fully immune to fire. Hell, a Green Lantern can swim in lava and not have any problem. They still have problem with the sun, though. That's a bit different. That's too much heat, but like normal lava, not the one in the center of the earth, but you get the points. They can still go in it for a little while, like a minute or so before they start burning. It's pretty good. But yeah, so he's basically immune to fire. So they basically start fighting, which it's mostly Deku blocking with a bubble, while Bakugo is sending massive explosions at him. After a while, Deku makes a hand to punch Bakugo, which he basically gets punched. He uses One for All to come back and punch the bubble, which basically sent Deku back in a wall. He dropped the bubble and was ready to send a laser, basically not strong enough to hurt Bakugo and not towards him directly, more towards the ceiling, to basically make it fall, for Deku to have a small cover. Before he was able to do that, Bakugo took off the pin from one of his gauntlets, which All Might basically saw it and was like, oh no. He knows Deku is immune to fire, but still, it's pretty dangerous. And suddenly, a massive explosion. Everyone didn't know that he was immune to fire, so they really all got scared when he was eaten by the blast. Then someone said he probably made his bubble before that. And then All Might said no, he didn't. And then suddenly they just see Bakugo get pushed out of the smoke. A big hole behind where Deku was, except for the part of the wall where he was on, which is perfectly intact. Like everything around it is still gone, but that part is just perfectly fine. Which they were all just looking like, what the hell? Which All Might said, I looked at his powers, basically not wanting to tell them that he trained them, and basically said that his powers are pretty good. He asked that, well, since he was just able to put his hero suit on instantly, he came to talk to him, and then All Might said that he explained to him that his power is fireproof, increases physical strength, he can make light construct, fly, and some other stuff, and all of them were like surprised that he has all of that. Which he then said that if he wants, he can even create stuff that will last for practically ever unless they are broken. Which Momo basically asks, okay, and how does he do that? Which All Might says the same way that he builds everything, except that he puts more power into it. And then they basically stay there. So he can do a lot. Then someone says so he's basically overpowering Bakugo easily. Which All Might said, I wouldn't say that, but yes, he is stronger than Bakugo. I'm pretty sure of that. Which the fight continues, while during that, Ochako was basically doing the same thing upstairs with the bomb that was happening in the anime. After a while, Deku just said, okay, this was long enough. Which Bakugo said, oh yeah, why? Which Deku then said, because if I want, I can do this, and basically bubbles Bakugo in 3 different bubbles. Bakugo tries to come out of it, basically using explosions, and One for All, but it's not doing anything. Baku decides that he needs to get out of this, and basically goes beyond what his body can take. 12%, he gives a hit. It's not broken, but it hurts a bit. Other arms, he decides to go a lot beyond what he can actually use, and decides to go 50%, saying, it's gonna break my arm, but I need to get out of this. He punches, and the light construct does break. Deku sees this, and basically, well, Deku knows that, but Deku was actually getting away. Actually just blasting up towards the floors. And it basically took like 4 seconds before he did that. So Izuku was like 2 floors up when that happened. He looked down, Bakugo was there. One arm completely broken, the other one pointing toward him. And he sent a massive explosions, which Deku basically didn't feel any of it. But basically arrived, well, it basically made the floor above where the bomb was just kind of shake enough for Ida to lose his footing. Then Deku basically came off through the floor, said hello, and grabbed the bomb and Ochaku and just kind of got out by the window. So heroes win! Okay, I'm going to end it here before everything else. Hope you liked it. I had fun doing this one. It's been a while also. Later today I'm also going to do the Red Lantern. And I've planned every video for the nights. So during nighttime I have 2 videos per night. During daytime I'm going to see what I do. Or some days I might not do video during the day. Or sometime I might do some. So this is what I have for now. June 2 is the start of a new What If called Slugterra Deku. Well, What If Deku went to Slugterra. Basically, it's going to be one part where I basically explain all the slugs that he will have, and their powers. Deku will basically go in that world, then come back, and just continue in the My Hero Academia world. It's not going to be like my leveling Deku, it's basically only going to be in 1 or 2 parts doing that. So don't worry. But yeah, for everything else you can see that for every day I have 2 videos planned. So yeah, hope you liked it. Natsu, out.